you so much for joining Ask Me Anything session with our founder and CEO of StartupLanes, Mr. Shishir Gupta. As you all know that StartupLanes is an organization which provides funding, branding, and sales services to the startups of India. We have a vision and mission to generate 1 million jobs for Indian youngsters by supporting the Indian startups. So Ask Me Anything session is a session in which you can ask our founder and CEO, Mr. Shishir Gupta, anything related to startups, anything related to legal, anything related to how to start a startup, anything related to its valuation. So without wasting any more time, I would like to request Mr. Shishir Gupta to take over.
Thank you, Sanjana, and thank you everyone for joining in. Let's take the first question. So we have Rajnath.
Thank you for providing the opportunity. सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि मैं एक स्टार्टअप कर रहा हूँ कैरियर समाधान के नाम से। बेसिकली मेरे को एक जगह पे मैं अटक रहा हूँ। ये अटकने का रीजन ये है कि हम फ्रीबी की तरह यूज कर देना चाहते हैं, बट एक एनजीओ रजिस्टर्ड करवाऊँ या फिर एक कॉर्पोरेट रजिस्ट्रेशन करवाऊँ?
ठीक है, वैसे आपकी ना आवाज भी अटक रही है, अटक शायद इंटरनेट का प्रॉब्लम है। एनीवेज, एनजीओ अगर आप रजिस्टर कराएंगे तो सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज ये है कि आप फंडिंग नहीं ले सकते, ठीक है? डोनेशंस ले पाएंगे, वो भी एक फंडिंग ही होती है, बट दैट इज नॉट स्टार्टअप रूट। तो अगर आपको स्टार्टअप एंजल फंडिंग चाहिए, फिर वीसी फंडिंग चाहिए, तो आपको एक कंपनी रजिस्टर करानी पड़ेगी, प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, ठीक है? अगर आप उसमें भी प्राइवेट लिमिटेड जैसा ही एक सिस्टम होता है, सेक्शन 8 कंपनी जो एनजीओ बना सकते हो आप, बट उसमें सिर्फ आप डोनेशन ले पाओगे, राइट? यू कैन नॉट गिव इक्विटी। सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट गेम चेंजर यही है। तो आपको देखना है कि अगर आपको सीएसआर के डोनेशंस लेने हैं या टैक्स के बेनिफिट्स देने हैं लोगों को डोनेशन देके और फिर काम करना है, ऐसे इस रूट से जाना है, या फिर आप उसको कमर्शियली लेके चलना चाहते हो। कि स्टार्टअप तो एक बिजनेस होता है और बिजनेस के पीछे प्रॉफिट का ऑब्जेक्टिव तो होता है, तो चाहे वो नॉमिनल प्रॉफिट क्यों ना हो, है ना? तो एक स्टार्टअप थी, मैं नाम नहीं बताऊंगा उनका, उन्होंने अक्षय पात्रा के साथ टाई अप किया था और वो 10 रुपए में अच्छा खाना बढ़िया वाला विद क्लीन वाटर, आरओ वाला फिल्टर का पानी, वो लोअर क्लास सेगमेंट में जो लोग थे, जैसे रिक्शे चलाने वाले, ऑटो चलाने वाले, उनको अच्छा भरपेट खाना दे रहे थे। और उन्होंने ऐसे करीब 150 फ्रेंचाइजीज बना लिए थे। थोड़ी सी पुरानी बात है। एंड दे वर बाइंग इट फ्रॉम अक्षय पात्रा। वो अक्षय पात्रा को कुछ पैसे देके, और वो डोनेशन बेस्ड था सारा कुछ उनके पास, और बड़ा अच्छा चला। पर इन्होंने फंड रेजिंग कर ली क्योंकि ये कमर्शियली चला रहे थे उसको, समझ रहे हैं? अक्षय पात्रा नहीं कर सकते थे फंडिंग क्योंकि वो एनजीओ है। तो ये आपको देखना है कि कैसे आप बैलेंस बिठाओगे। बट ऑब्वियसली अगर आपको स्टार्टअप बनानी है तो एक ही तरीका है, वो है प्राइवेट लिमिटेड बनाने का। ठीक है?
ठीक है सर, धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू। ओके, कैन वी टेक द नेक्स्ट वन?
Yes, sir. Next we have Mr. Vivek Jha. Mr. Vivek, I would request you to please come forward and ask your question.
Hi Shishir, thanks a lot.
Hi Vivek, thank you.
My simple question is that I am looking for raising of the fund. So can you just help me out in one thing, whether the CSOP route is better nowadays, or one should go with the equity only, since we have just started and we are at the initial stage of the revenue.
Okay, so you said equity, and what was the other option you said?
CSOPs.
ESOPs.
CSOP.
That means, are you talking about convertible debentures?
No, if I'm, it is basically a type of crowdfunding only, but it can be taken through the route of anyone who is being partner, like आपका techie is there, one of 4-5 अभी और companies आ गए हैं who helps into community based funding.
Right. So I'll tell you what happens is, most important thing is, I will not name any company, but most importantly, crowdfunding is not allowed. Equity based crowdfunding is not allowed in India yet. Okay. And even if they offer a convertible route, then also it is not qualifying the SEBI norms. So this, I again will not name a company. I was associated initially in 2015-16 with a company which was doing similar things, and they got shut down. Case went long. Entire team was troubled. So I will not recommend this thing as per my knowledge. But yes, equity funding, you can definitely go for angel investors. Right? That is the best and most prominent and prominent way in India right now. If you need to raise crowd funds, you can register a company abroad in US, and then you can raise from US, right? Using Kickstarter, Indiegogo. There are a lot of sites which can help you. But for crowdfunding, a lot of show off has to be done. So like you have to spend a lot of money on creating that video that you have to upload to crowd funding sites like Kickstarter, and that quality video comes at a very expensive price, $20,000 to $35,000. That is what I got to know, right? So I would recommend go for angel funding. That is the best one, and please check yourself about crowdfunding before engaging into crowdfunding. Even recently there was one guy who sent me one link. He started crowdfunding on his own website, and he said Ram Mandir ko to paise mil gaye the, mujhe bhi mil jayenge. So I chose not to have a conflict with him, because no point, right? But ultimately पकड़े नहीं गए, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि पकड़े नहीं जाएंगे. So that
इसमें one information.
I had a long discussion with the founder of that organization, a very long discussion, and he advised us also to create a similar model. He said no, we will not be. Yes Bank API they are using, we have that API with us already, but we don't want to go for that. There are not many challenges. Plus 5,000 rupees if you collect, it's very, very difficult to have advisory from those people. You will get only money, right? So angel money is called good money, right? When you get angel investors, they help you. Like I'll quote one example. So there's one startup in our portfolio. They got funding through us. Then the investors help them getting business from lot many companies, big corporate orders, right?
Yes.
So they have got 3.5 crore orders just because of the investors. Somebody referred them to brands like Tito's. Tito's is very much famous in Goa, and they were into, the startup is into experiential marketing. So they referred brands like Tito's, MasterCard, such kind of brands were referred by the investors. So if you get only money from this such kind of crowdfunding, then you will not be able to get benefit of angel investors references. Similarly, if you are raising through an angel fund, the same might apply. I'm not saying it's a hard and fast rule, but generally what happens is you will only get money. And we at StartupLanes believe that you should get references of the angel investors. If suppose you get 50 angel investors, so if all those 50 people start supporting you, helping you in your business, even if they provide one reference, that means a lot of business for a startup. That is the best way to go about it. A person who's investing 5,000 rupees may not be as serious, or may not even get to interact with you ever because of that structure, right? So that is what is important. What do we call, barakat तभी आती है जब good money आता है, when you have people who are wishing and engaging with you. So if you are getting an option, well and good. If you're not getting an option, then go for whatever way you get, right? But please check with the SEBI. That's most important.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Okay.
We have a small question in the chat box from Mr. Hitesh. He is asking that, can you please explain convertible debenture notes? And next he has asked to explain equity ownership, convertible preference shares in the form of CCPS, OCPS in a private limited company.
Okay, see, I will try to explain in a very simple form, right? One is pure equity. That means you allot the shares right away. And other options are convertible options, where it is treated like a debt. That means loan kind of structure. And then later on it converts into equity. And there are various options in this: compulsory convertible, optional convertible. right? Now, what happens is generally when an investor invests, there are two school of thoughts. One is I would, give you as a loan, and then probably if the companies, my money will be treated like a loan and will get precedence in paying back, right? In the liquidization. Second school of thoughts is I will become an equity investor right away. That means I will get the voting rights, everything from day one, and I will be a partner in the organization, no matter if it is a fraction of, say some percentage. So as a model, startuplane prefer going with direct equity, normal equity shares, not with options and all, because we believe that angel investors should become your partners. They should have equal rights with you in the business. That's most important, right? And similarly, startuplane has raised a couple of its own rounds, and we have many investors who are supporting us, right? So I can vouch for this, that angel investors definitely support. And that is the reason, one of the reasons, in fact, for the success of startuplane, because we have been supported by investors, founders, everybody. And every person is important, especially the person who's investing with you is very important, because they come up with their own links, they come up with their own relationships, references, make use of them. And for a detailed understanding, I would recommend you to understand with a chartered accountant, because I'm not a practicing accountant. Okay. Yeah, next one we can take.
Yes, sir. Next we have Ms. Shalini Menzies. Ma'am, please come forward and ask your question.
Good afternoon, Shishir ji.
Yeah, Shalini, good afternoon.
So we are neighbors, yet I'm seeing you here in the virtual world.
Right.
So I hope you're doing well, and thank you for hosting this session. I have a quick question. I am a patent attorney, and I have just started, and I'm also into valuation of patents. I just want validation for my idea, and I want to know where I should go from here. So I have a startup where I list patents, granted patents, because monetization of patents is I think the next big thing, because 95% of the patents that are granted go uncommercialized. A grant hota hai and then it's abandoned, or the time period lapses and nothing is done with it. So I am trying to, at least if we can get 30% of this 95% to be monetized, I think it will benefit the country. So I have this platform where we list, value, and monetize the patents. We are very close to our first sale. So I am interested in asking you whether what do you think of this platform? 2, when is the right time to approach someone for a seed round or a pre-seed round?
Okay. So for answering your question, let me share my experience old days when I used to travel by Blue Line bus in Delhi. So there was one route where no buses used to ply. And there was a route which was always busy. Latak ke jate the log. People were coming out, and then buses were fully occupied. And I asked that conductor one day, and I said, "Boss, वहां से क्यों नहीं एक बस लगा देते? वहां तो कोई भी बस नहीं है." And he said, "बस नहीं है तो सवारी भी नहीं है." And this is the basic fundamental of startup demand and supply. Generally, most of the founders who make this mistake, they try to get first mover advantage. If you have heard Ashneer Grover saying, very good thought, and I am very much impressed with that. That first mover is, वो कहता है first mover तो बेवकूफ होता है, first mover को कोई advantage नहीं मिलता, right? And which is true, because when you become the first mover, you end up trying to create demand. Getting your point? When you try to create demand, like I'll tell you, आप तो गोवा में हो, आप neighbor भी हो. If you try to bring some North Indian dish, okay, say वहाँ पर एक बाल की मिठाई होती है. If you go to पहाड़ side, there is a बाल मिठाई. You try selling this, you will be fed up selling that, because you end up creating demand. Nobody will start immediately change. It's very difficult to change consumer behavior, right?
Correct.
And it will require a lot of money. There is no demand actually. So startups are not supposed to do it. Startups are supposed to disrupt. Disrupt how? Okay. You don't have, you just have to open the shop near to Haldiram. and start selling a better product or a similar product at a lesser price. That is called disruption in terms of price. That is low end disruption, right? And give them more convenience. हल्दीराम में भीड़ ज्यादा लगती है, आप अपने में बोलो you sit and we'll bring it to the table, or give them some more convenience, whatever way. Low end disruption happens only two ways, and this I always share. One, price, two, convenience. You have to sell the homogeneous product at a lower price, right? Today, if you start selling Maggie packets, which is priced at 12 rupees, for 7 rupees or 8 rupees, you will be able to sell 1 lakh packets maybe within 1 week, right? Because there is very high demand and you can make much more money in comparison to bringing your own product, right? Which does not have demand. That is why inventions, आप तो पेटेंट से आपको पता ही होगा, inventors are having a difficult life. They have lot of challenges, right? And that is why in startups, instead of inventions, we talk about innovations, because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to create something, place it, something which is similar to an existing product, should be a market leader product. That means there should be high demand and high supply in the market. Just reduce the price of the same product and place it conveniently so that the consumer can get it. That's it. So what I'm trying to tell you is, as an investor point of view or as a growth advisor point of view, getting into something which does not have an existing demand, or the space is empty, or there is no market leader right now, is a very risky area. I will not recommend you to utilize your resources, time, money, energy in that particular direction. Better to go for something which has high demand and high supply, right? Today, doing business is far, far, far easy because of technology. In digital world, you can acquire customers easily through digital keywords, right? And that's the best way to start business or to grow business nowadays. If you are focusing in the wrong direction, then it is wrong approach. So better find out what others are doing and where market leaders are able to make huge amount of money, right? What I feel is to pick up a stream. If the market leader is making, suppose, the market leader is only earning 1 crore rupees per month, then I will not even dare to touch that business, right? If you ask me, because that is too tiny, right? If the market leader is making 1000 crore, then I can think about getting into that business, right? Because that is how you can create a unicorn. You cannot create a unicorn getting into a business where the market leader is also itself, having such kind of issues, or there is no market leader, or the market is very small, there is no demand. You can't, right now it is too early for India. It's a very good idea, but ultimately that, that thing is not available. There's no ready demand of patent buyers. This is what I feel. In case a portal which is buying and selling in huge quantities, then it is a good way. As per my knowledge, I have not been through such kind of portal.
No, India mein nahi hai, but there is one in the US.
So
there is a big one in the US.
Right, US में है, but US में फिर patent और भी बहुत सारी चीजें होती है ना. So here in India we have those challenges. People there in US, there are patent wars. People buy patent, expired patent. People buy busted companies who are having patents. वो बहुत कुछ होता है. यहाँ पर अभी इतना नहीं आया है. You can understand, a lot of people understand the importance of patent, right? I know, if I have done a survey, if you ask 100 people, not talking about entrepreneurs, just common people, if you ask them what is the difference between trademark and patent, out of 100, maybe 70 or 80 people will not be able to create a difference, right? That is a lack of awareness. So abhi level bahut piche hai. We need to wait for some, or wait till the time a leader comes, they create the market and you start disrupting by selling at a lower price.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome. All right. Next one, Sanjana.
Next, we have Mr. Shobit Batsya. I would request, sir, please come forward and ask your question.
Yeah. Good morning, Shishir sir.
Good morning, Shobhit. Please tell me.
Yes, sir. Actually, I am I have an idea stage at present. So I'm basically going in the fashion and apparel industry. So trying to revolutionize that with the tech. So we have a problem of perception and sense in online shopping. Like we usually say ना कि दिखाते कुछ और है, आता कुछ और है. तो उसी का solution है मेरे पास. And I have made the pitch deck, financial projection, business roadmap plan, and all the things are ready. So what next I had to do?
See, if you want to get into the idea funding of StartupLanes, it's very simple way, right? We do all your documents, page deck, valuation, projection, research report, graphic, promo video, right? Promo video, obviously you have to make, we will edit it. So it's a complete package, which is approximately costing us 1.25 lakh, out of which 35,000 is the contribution by the founder. Rest is the contribution by StartupLanes. We take an incubator equity of 10%, and then we take you to the demo day directly, right? When you go to the demo day, generally the ticket size of fundraise which is coming in the first round is 25 to 30 lakh. This is the ticket size which has come in the last 7-8 demo days. And so far, by God's grace, all the startups have got the commitments, all who have appeared into the demo days, both revenue and the idea stage. So every Thursday we do an idea stage funding. Every Saturday we do a revenue stage funding. Okay. So before that, you need to ensure that you should have 2 co-founders. That means 2 directors, a private limited company. Everything should be ready. Your idea should have a base. You must have done some POC, some kind of, maybe a professor's view or testimonial by the customer, right? Because such kind of challenges do come. And I'm not saying आपका idea खराब है अच्छा है. What happens is हर सिंगर को लगता है कि मैं सबसे अच्छा गाता हूँ, है ना? तो उसको तो कभी नहीं लगेगा कि मैं बुरा गा रहा हूँ, पर सुनने वाले तो अपने कान बंद कर लेते हैं, है ना? So that is why it is always good. Like आपने apparel की बात करी. What I always used to think before doing fashion designing, मैं आपको बताता हूँ, मैंने fashion designing 2001 में किया. I used to think मुझे वो कपड़ा पहनना चाहिए जो मुझे अच्छा लगता है ना? But after fashion designing, what I got to know?
Yes, sir.
I learned that I should wear what people think looks good on me, isn't it?
Definitely, sir.
So that is the perception. When it changes, then everything changes, right? My favorite color changes because I don't have to see myself. I will see myself in the mirror for 5 minutes in a day, but people will see me for entire day, isn't it?
Fine,
so
sir.
What I'm trying to tell you is better to validate yourself through the customers or through general public before coming. That will save a lot of time and give you a lot of confidence. Yes, we are happy to mentor you. We will be there with you in the entire journey, and this 25-30 will not be the only round we will be doing for you. There will be subsequent rounds, and we expect StartupLanes is idea to IPO. So we expect all our startups to hit the IPO in next 3 to 5 years. That is what our expectation is, and that is how the dream of generating 1 million jobs will be fulfilled, right?
Fine, sir.
Any follow-up question you have?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have to work on the tech part, but tech is my main USP. So for building that tech team and tech for whole ecosystem for that, so will StartupLane assist me in that also?
Yes. See, I would tell you one fact, and that secret everybody knows. Actually, it's not a secret anymore, but still we don't believe.
Fine.
Right? In startup, everybody is a salesman or woman, whatever you want to call, but yes, everybody is a salesperson. No matter you are a tech guy, no matter you are a design guy, it does not matter.
Okay, sir.
Everybody has to sell, right? So first quality that you have to get inside is the sales. If you are able to sell, then you can make anything, right? Sounds absurd, but actually this happens. If you are able to sell, then you can make anything. Why Microsoft became so big? Because they were able to sell. They were not having the product, right? If you read their story,
yes, sir.
They were not having the product. They committed a product which they never had.
Fine,
right? And by the time they said we are just installing the product on your system, they actually created the product.
Okay.
Right? That is how Microsoft got, you know, into picture. Microsoft was born that time actually, right? That was the actual birth. So what I'm trying to tell you is, we will help you in building your team, but definitely you as the CEO have to make sure that you are able to sell what you are making. And idea stage startups, we expect them to have alternate sources of revenue, even if the product takes 6 months or 1 year. Understand this very important point I'm telling you, right? So one guy who came to me and he said, sir, my product will take 1 year, and I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer. I will not be selling things. ये टुटपुंजिया काम नहीं करूंगा मैं, ये सब बेचूं, right? And I said, boss, this is nothing. कोई काम छोटा नहीं है. Nothing is small. You have to sell the merchandise. बोला ये तो मैं कर ही नहीं सकता. मैं टी-शर्ट बेचूंगा. मैं तो टेक डीप टेक बना रहा हूँ. I said no, boss. जब तक आपका नहीं बनेगा, you have to sell the merchandise. And this is truth. I'm telling you. नाम नहीं बता सकता आपको. I cannot tell you the name. But this is pure truth. We expect you to make revenues from day one. If not possible from day one, make the revenues from first month, second month, third month. Let it be alternate revenue coming.
Okay, sir.
Right, because no matter how much funding comes, ultimately you will survive only on your selling capacity or capability. If you're not able to sell something, some alternative products, then it's difficult, right? So that's what I will recommend. A deep tech also does not matter. All you have to do is make sure you keep on generating revenues. Okay. All right. Let's take the next one.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Okay, so next we have Mr. Deepak Kumar. Sir, please come forward and ask your question.
Yeah, Shishir ji, namaste.
Namaste, Deepak ji. Please tell.
या सर, हम लोग एक्चुअली छोटे किसानों के साथ काम कर रहे हैं. हम रहने वाले हैं खड़गपुर, वेस्ट बंगाल से. हम लोग 2000 किसानों को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं फ्रॉम सॉइल टेस्टिंग टू मार्केट लिंकेज. तो मार्केट लिंकेज पार्ट में क्या कर रहे हैं, हम लोग मंडी में भी सप्लाई कर रहे हैं और होम डिलीवरी भी कर रहे हैं और अपना स्टोर भी बना रहे हैं, मिनी मंडी स्टोर नाम से. तो हमारे पास में कोई भी डिजिटल शस्त्र नहीं है सर, जहाँ से हम फंडिंग उठा सकें, क्योंकि हम देख रहे हैं ज्यादातर कंपनी जिनके पास में डिजिटल है, जो ऐप बना रहे हैं या कुछ बना रहे हैं, हम लोग टोटली फिजिकल मोड में काम कर रहे हैं. क्योंकि किसानों को सर एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चाहिए जो किसानों को खेत में उतर के उन्हें समझाए. तो हम लोग उस तरह की ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बनना चाहते हैं. तो आप लोगों से सर किस तरह का हमें सपोर्ट मिल सकता है सर?
सर सपोर्ट 100% पूरा है. हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव एक ही है, हम चाहते हैं देश के अंदर जॉब्स क्रिएट हो, है ना. और 10 लाख नौकरियां क्रिएट करने के लिए हमें बहुत कुछ करना पड़ेगा. We have to do lot of things, right, for generating those jobs. And one of them is to support the entrepreneurs. This is one, not entire thing. तो entrepreneurs को तो हम हर तरह से सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, बट सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट सपोर्ट ये कि आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को हम स्टार्टअप में कन्वर्ट कराने की कोशिश करें, राइट. और उसके लिए इट्स नॉट अबाउट डिजिटल और फिजिकल. बहुत बड़ा फर्क नहीं है डिजिटल और फिजिकल से. फर्क क्या पड़ता है? फर्क ये पड़ता है कि आपका प्लेटफॉर्म स्केलेबल कितना है ना, और ऑटोमाइज कितना है. क्योंकि मैं आपको बताता हूँ, एक बहुत सिंपल सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ. एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसका रेवेन्यू था 15 करोड़. ये भी एक्चुअल केस बता रहा हूँ मैं आपको, 15 करोड़ साल का, है ना. और एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसका इत्तेफाक से राउंड ऑफ फिगर आ रहा था 50 लाख रुपए साल का. एक 15 करोड़ और एक 50 लाख. एंड इट वाज, हम सिलेक्शन कर रहे थे. सो वन ऑफ माय रीजनल डायरेक्टर वाज देयर एंड ही वाज देयर एंड ही आस्क्ड मी, बॉस इसमें से कौन सा करोगे? तो आई सेड 50 लाख वाला करेंगे हम. बोले क्यों? इसका तो रेवेन्यू ज्यादा है. एंड आई सेड लेट अस डिग डीप, थोड़ा सा अंदर जाके देखेंगे तो ये B2B रेवेन्यू आ रहा है. इनके काम में कॉर्पोरेट से पैसा आता है, इनको कोटेशंस देनी पड़ती हैं, इनका टर्न अराउंड टाइम 3 से 4 महीने 5-5 महीने लग जाते हैं. ठीक है. वो क्या करते थे, वो कॉर्पोरेट के अंदर लिफ्ट लगाते थे. तो ऑब्वियसली टिकट साइज तो बड़ा है, कॉर्पोरेट के अंदर लिफ्ट लगाते हैं, उनकी मेंटेनेंस करते हैं, पर वो काम मिलने में बहुत हर्डल्स हैं, बहुत बैरियर्स हैं, राइट. दूसरा वाला क्या कर रहा है? दूसरा वाला एक डिजिटल प्रोडक्ट बेच रहा है. जिसमें वो क्या करता है, गूगल पे कीवर्ड डालता है, मार्केटिंग करता है, वो कीवर्ड से लोग आते हैं और वो कन्वर्ट हो जाता है कस्टमर में। इट इज द गेम ऑफ CAC, कस्टमर एक्विजिशन कॉस्ट, जो आप खर्चा कर रहे हो टोटल ब्लेंडेड होती है, और एक CAC होती है आपकी एवरेज। तो आपने जो खर्चा किया एक कस्टमर को लाने पे, मान लो 50 रुपए, और कस्टमर आपको 1 साल के अंदर 500 रुपए दे गया, तो 50 लगा के 500 कमाए, और उस पे आपका 30% मार्जिन था 500 पे, है ना, तो आपने 150 रुपए कमा लिए नेट प्रॉफिट। सो 3 रेशियो, इनफैक्ट 2 रेशियो इंपॉर्टेंट बता रहा हूँ, CAC टू LTV। LTV इज लाइफ टाइम वैल्यू, कितना रेवेन्यू आएगा आने वाले जिंदगी में, ठीक है, वो देखना है। बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि 50 रुपए लगा के 500 रुपए का रेवेन्यू कमा सकते हैं। दूसरा है CAC टू नेट प्रॉफिट मार्जिन, कि मेरा प्रॉफिट या नेट प्रॉफिट निकाल लो, मैंने 50 रुपए खर्चा किया और मुझे मिल गया 150 रुपए, तो ये बढ़िया बिजनेस है, क्योंकि ये 50 रुपए में स्केल अप कर सकता हूँ बहुत जल्दी, बैठे बैठाए, रात को सोते में भी हो जाएगा, है ना, दिन में जगते में भी हो जाएगा, खाना खाते भी हो जाएगा, घूमते भी हो जाएगा। बट आपका जो फिजिकल बिजनेस है, जो आपने बताया किसान के साथ, वो ग्राउंड वर्क है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट काम है, आसान नहीं है, बट इन्वेस्टर की नजर से देखिए तो वो काम उसको अच्छा नहीं लगेगा। क्यों नहीं लगेगा? क्योंकि इसमें स्केल अप चैलेंजेस हैं, इसको बढ़ाएंगे कैसे, इसको आगे कैसे बढ़ाएंगे, इसको रातों रात पैसा लगा के नहीं बढ़ाया जा सकता, आप समझ रहे हैं? तो इन्वेस्टर को बिजनेस ऐसे पसंद आते हैं जिसमें CAC कम है, LTV और नेट प्रॉफिट ज्यादा है, इसमें वो फटाफट से पैसा डाले और आपका रेवेन्यू बढ़ जाए, प्रॉफिट्स बढ़ जाए, है ना, और उससे आप री इन्वेस्ट करो और स्केल अप करो, नेक्स्ट राउंड ऑफ फंडिंग चले जाओ। क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली इन्वेस्टर को जो पैसा बनना है वो बनना है शेयर की वैल्यू बढ़ने से, और शेयर की वैल्यू बढ़ेगी जब आपका स्केल अप होगा, रेवेन्यू बढ़ेगा, ग्रोथ आएगा, ये सब होने से आपका बढ़ेगा, ठीक है ना। तो आपको क्या करना है, आपको प्लेटफॉर्म बनाने की कोशिश करनी है। आज जो आप कर रहे हो, अच्छे लीडर्स का काम क्या है, लीडर्स मेक लीडर्स, ठीक है, आपका काम क्या है, आप अपने जैसे लीडर्स बना सकते हैं। आप जो आप काम कर रहे हो वो आप अपने फ्रेंचाइजीज को या लोगों को सिखा सकते हो कि हम इस तरह से वो ग्राउंड वर्क कर लें और आप बन जाओ प्लेटफॉर्म, एक डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म, जिसमें जैसे ओला उबर आपको पता है क्या करते हैं, वो अटैच करते हैं, वो टैक्सी नहीं चलाते, दे बिकेम द प्लेटफॉर्म। सो गिव इट टू समबडी एल्स, ट्रेन देम एंड लेट देम डू दिस। जो आप कर रहे हो वो उनको करने दो, आप प्लेटफॉर्म बन जाओ, फिर वो स्केलेबल हो जाएगा। फिर आप इंडिया में नहीं कर सकते, फिर आप थाईलैंड में भी कर सकते हो, आप वियतनाम में भी कर सकते हो, आप इंडोनेशिया में भी कर सकते हो, आप जर्मनी में भी कर सकते हो, जो आप अभी कर रहे हो, जहां जहां इंडिया जैसी सिचुएशंस हैं। Naturally you have to customize it for the for the local place where you are going, but वो customizations possible हैं फिर, है ना। तो ये सारी चीजों को मैं आपको रिकमेंड करूंगा कि आप प्लेटफॉर्म बनने में कन्वर्ट होने में कोशिश करें, साथ के साथ स्केल अप बहुत तेजी से हो पाए, कि आपको पैसा मिले तो आप फटाफट स्केल अप करवाओ, ऐसा सिस्टम करना है, ठीक है। कई बिजनेस होते हैं जिनमें एडवर्टाइज करके कुछ नहीं होना, ठीक है, जैसे मैं आपको आपका लिफ्ट का बिजनेस बता रहा था, वो लिफ्ट वो टीवी पे ऐड भी कर देंगे ना, तो कुछ बहुत ज्यादा नहीं होना। अल्टीमेटली क्या होगा, आपकी कंपनी बॉम्बे में है और कस्टमर अगर दिल्ली में है, तो वो आपसे लेने लिफ्ट नहीं आएगा, आपका ऐड चाहे टीवी पे चलता हो, वो लोकल से ही प्रोक्योर कर लेगा। बहुत सारी चीजें होती है, लाइसेंसिंग होती है, कोटेशंस होती है। तो B2B बिजनेस के अपने चैलेंज होते हैं। इन्वेस्टर्स क्या बोलते हैं, एज अ सेक्टर बता रहा हूँ, इन्वेस्टर बोलते हैं B2B एंटरप्राइज SaaS ले लो, SaaS मतलब सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस, जिसमें कोई प्रोडक्ट को स्टोर नहीं करना और रेवेन्यू रिकरिंग आएगा, इनकम सेक्टर्स को इन्वेस्टर्स प्रेफर करते हैं। जिसमें ह्यूमन एफर्ट ज्यादा लगते हैं, जिसमें एरर के चांसेस ज्यादा होते हैं, उसको इन्वेस्टर्स अवॉइड करते हैं। बट इफ वी मेक इट एज अ प्लेटफॉर्म एंड दोज एरर्स आर फैक्टर्ड इन बाय योर फ्रेंचाइजीज, देन इट इज पॉसिबल। आपके फ्रेंचाइजी उसको फैक्टर इन कर सकते हैं और वो कर सकते हैं। तो आपको फिर आपका क्या काम रहेगा, फ्रेंचाइजी को ट्रेन करते जाओ। जितने आप फ्रेंचाइजी ट्रेन करोगे उतना ही ज्यादा आप अपने काम को स्केल अप कर पाओगे।
जी सर,
ठीक है
जी सर।
All right, thank you.
No, I like to understand the valuation of the company for a DCF model. Okay, and also see the discounted assume rate we quoted for for a company 8%. Is that okay for a startup company? Okay, we made last year 1.84 crores revenue. Okay.
See, my CA friends will not like it, but I am totally against DCF valuation, because that is a very old method, and most of the investors I interact with, they are also not very keen for this DCF system.
Okay.
Because DCF is not very much relevant. The time it was made, the structure was very different, right? Older days, valuations were based on the actual property. Now, mostly the valuations are based upon intellectual property. IT sectors have performed far, far, far better than the manufacturing sector. We all know that, right? All the examples are with us. So that is why if a company comes to you, which is, Tata versus Google, obviously you understand which has more value, right? And if you calculate, Tata might be having more hard assets, right? So DCF might give you better valuation of Tata in comparison to Google. This is very simple. Plus it is based upon assumptions, right? I might be wrong, I might be right, but I don't want to debate on that. This is what I feel, and that is why I created another method of valuation, the 10th method of valuation, called fair share method of valuation, right? I invented this method. It took me a lot of time, 3 years to be very precise, researching and developing this method. But now this method is 26.A to Z method, right?
But is it, sorry to interrupt, is it the standard one or for as per the market industries?
Yes, it is accepted by, I will not name the VCs, but all the biggest of the biggest VCs are accepting. We have done more than 1,000 valuations till date now, right? And by God's grace, if you check my ranking, I've become 9th in the world for venture capital and startup consulting, not just because of my book, but also because of this valuation method, so that acceptability is there. Obviously, government will not accept this method. For government purpose, you have to go for an IBIB registered valuer. Any government requirement, they will require merchant banker or whatever, right? So this method is good for the purpose of investments, not for any other purpose.
Okay, right. Thank you. Yeah.
Does it require some sort of unique features in your product or in your...
No, sir. No, not at all. No unique feature is required. You need to copy. We are most happy if you are bringing a copycat product which can have a lesser price and more convenience, right? So that I'm sharing that again. I keep on sharing this. We prefer, and all the investors prefer this. If you bring something which is offered by market leader, if they are having hell lot of revenue, some several crores, 1,000 crores, 500 crores plus revenue, and you are making a similar product wherein your market size, your market size, that means for your product is very less right now, but the scope is big. Okay, if you are able to sell it at a lesser price and more convenience, then it's a very good fit, right? Product should be homogeneous. Product should not be. So all the crowded industries, most welcome. If you are making something into EV segment, no problem. If you are making something into grocery segment, no problem. आप गेहूं का आटा ले आओ, आप बोलोगे 40 रुपए किलो बिकता है, ये फला क्वालिटी का है ना, जो भी क्वालिटी आती होगी मुझे नहीं पता, MP16 आता है, तो आप बोलो मैं MP16 26 रुपए का दूंगा एंड यूजर को, most welcome. This startup can disrupt everything, right? Because everybody will require this wheat, right? So wheat flour is the basic requirement of everyone. So this we will be happy to support that. Ultimate aim is to support the startups which are trying to disrupt in terms of price and convenience. The market should be big. They should be making something which the competitors are already doing, and the hyper competition is good, right? Instead of getting into a product where no competitor is there, hyper competition ensures that there is a hell lot of demand. You will not fail in case you are able to sell at a lower price. Wealth lies at the bottom of the pyramid, है ना? ऊपर वाले जो हैं अदानीज एंड अंबानी से बिजनेस लेना बहुत मुश्किल है. उनसे आप ऑर्डर लोगे तो कितना ही टाइम लग जाएगा आपको, और हो सकता है आपको प्राइस में कुछ बचे भी ना प्रॉफिट्स. बट द पर्सन, मैं हमेशा बताता हूँ, वो 1 रुपए का पान मसाला खोल के जो खा जाता है ना 10-12 दिन में, वो सोचता नहीं है कि कंपनी का कितना प्रॉफिट हो रहा है, राइट? दैट पर्सन जस्ट ईट्स इट बिकॉज द प्राइस is only 1 rupee. Nobody thinks about how much margin the company is making in this. And you might be surprised. I got to know that they have 70-80% margins, right? So that's how wealth lies, which is truth, at the bottom of the pyramid. If you are able to make something for the masses, that is the best one.
This is Vasu, founder of E-Wheelers Mobility, and we are building a platform for electric vehicles. Question regarding ESOPs. So when should we create ESOP pool? Like before raising fundraising, or like at point of like bootstrapping period, or at what stage we can create this one?
See, ESOP you can create from day one also. There's no problem, right? ESOP is something which does not have any challenges with fundings. If you have, you just have to allocate some equity for your staff, which investors will definitely love, because your staff is becoming owners, of the company by some fractional shares, which is good. Right? So ESOP policy can be designed from day one, no problem.
So you recommend any percentage, like from our shares, like 5%, 10%, something? What is like acceptable percentage of ESOPs?
So does not matter if you go by 10 to 15%.
Okay.
Right? If you reserve that particular amount, it's okay.
Yeah. And we heard like recently IPO is also allowed. BSE is allowing startups to go for IPO after 3 years.
SME IPO.
So like we are almost completing 3 years. So any additional qualifications we need apart from like duration? Yeah.
3 years of the completion from the registration of the company. Okay. Minimum 1 year should be profitable in the books. Is it there?
No, not yet profitable, but we started like generating revenue.
Minimum 1 year profit has to be there.
Okay.
Hard assets, tangible assets of minimum 1 CR.
That's the tangible. Okay. But if we have any tangible asset, then definitely we get question from our investors like, already you have tangible, then why are you going for funding and these kind of questions, right? So is this right?
Right. So in fact, there is a rule, after raising the fund, you cannot buy any car, plant, machinery, yacht more than 10 lakh rupees. Okay. But unfortunately, this is the rule of SEBI. If you go for BSE, SME, they require minimum 1 crore of tangible assets.
Okay. And startup exemption for angel investors?
See, startup exemption for angel investor is a very complicated topic, which I don't think so we should discuss in a public meeting.
Okay.
And I'm not a tax expert, to be honest. So this I would like to skip in this particular meeting.
Okay. And regarding advisory board appointment, so is it a legal thing, or do we need to get any approval from government to appoint any any advisory board? And is it required to allot any ESOPs to advisory board?
See, there is no hard and fast rule to give ESOPs to advisors. One, there is no rule in the Companies Act to have them on the board, right? So you need not make them directors. If they become the directors, then automatically they get into the legal regulatory, which is as per the Companies Act. So
because we are planning to onboard few like mentors who are like industry veterans into like automobile industry. So
that's okay. So what you can do is there is an agreement. You can, utilize the services of StartupLanes for that also, as a legal is our law firm.
Okay.
The agreement is called advisory agreement.
Okay.
That defines the role, responsibilities, and what will be offered by the company to the advisors. What they will give you, what you will give them, what if they don't perform, what if you don't provide what you have promised, all the terms and conditions gets into this agreement.
Okay. And is convertible note allowed in India?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And can we patent this business model? Is it possible? See,
I don't know about your business model, so how can I comment on that?
This is like marketplace for mobility. Actually, this is like
you cannot patent an idea, you can patent a process.
Okay.
So patent lawyer was there some time ago, so you can connect with her and she can probably advise better. Our team can connect you with the patent lawyer. You can check out this with them. Right?
So yeah, sure. We would like to take your services. So we would get in touch with you directly.
Yeah, even we have some patent lawyers who are being paid by the government of India. So if you are startup registered, you have a Startup India certificate. They will not charge you much. They will charge you very nominal fee, 5,000, 10,000 like that.
Okay, that's great for us. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Okay.
I'm a textile designer. Also, I make a very costliest sarees because I have a total product knowledge. Wherever the good looms are there, wherever in India, there I go sit and get it done. I use them the designs. I make the saree. They are very, very costly. I have my own website. It's opana.com. That is not doing well because costlier sarees nowadays the demand is coming down, and I am thinking to open a lesser price sarees website. So because now I have seen that Reliance, they are starting 4 new websites. For the cheaper sarees, they are opening the 3 websites. The Birla Group, they have taken over this Jaipur.com for 110 crores. Fab India also, they are doing for the cheaper sarees now. And Taneria, they are opening shops as well as they are in the cheaper sarees. Because in sarees, there is no MRP. So anything they are selling there is. Usually all these big companies, they are taking more than 200% of margin that is. So I am in this business since 45 years. Now at present my turnover is around 3 crores. Since last 2 years, the turnover has come down from 5 crores to 3 crores. And I want to start a new website or portal for the lesser price sarees. But I don't have the teamwork. But I know about very well about the product, how to make it, which product will sell. I know what is the mentality of the people, what product they like. But to run the portal or to handle the things that I can't do. There is one thing, and this is my question. So shall I approach for the angel investors? But here again, my major doubt is even if I get the amount, I am not that much of capable to handle the things. Even my sons are also there. I don't think also they are also too bright to handle the things.
Okay. So let me tell you a very interesting thing. I'll tell you. Lot many people come to us when they have a hole in their ship. Okay. When the ship starts sinking. And that is not the right time to raise the angel investment. Actually, when your ship is fine and fit, you have to run it faster. Then you should come to angel investors. Right. But obviously, because StartupLanes is an entire ecosystem, we have everything. We can support you with other things also, but not the right time to raise investments. First of all, you need to hire a team who can manage the website, right? And they can, or you can utilize the digital marketing team of StartupLanes, wherein we can do the digital marketing, but you need to handle the orders. There has to be an automated platform that will take the order. First of all, the platform will have advertisements over Facebook, Google, everywhere, right? The customer will come to your website automatically. They will pick up different sarees. Obviously, you have to standardize it with MRPs, provide them discounts, then automatically they will put it into the cart. The cart will be connected with the payment gateway. Payment gateway will accept the payment and it will be connected with the logistics partner. Automatically, they will get to know how much time they will take to receive that particular product, right? Automatically, this printout will come, your labels, everything. This has to be automized, right? So that you just have to print it on the product, right? Pack it, and the courier guy will come to your warehouse and will take it. And will also provide trackability. Your customer will get an SMS that so-and-so product has been picked, just like what happens at Amazon, right? Today we have the technology. You can do similar things without utilizing Amazon, and you will be saving 35-40% if you are not going through Amazon. That is called D2C model. And it is loved by the investors. VCs and angel investors both love this model, D2C, right? So you need not worry if you are able to sell. Obviously, there will be some challenges because your company is an old company and government says you cannot float a new company from an old company to create a startup, right? And startup has a definite timeline as per the government policy. If you cannot get a Startup India certificate, then angel investment will be invalid. It cannot come, right? So you need to think of what you can do is you can create another marketing company, just for the low cost saris, right? Because the wealth lies at the bottom of the pyramid, right? So you can, and you might never, I know somebody, I will not name that guy. He's selling sarees worth of, 7.5 crore per month, 7.5 crore per month, right? And obviously all the sarees are low cost, because for a higher price sari, the woman would like to go to a showroom, have a chit chat, try it, feel it for half an hour, even, she would like to wear it, might be a case, and then she will buy, right? Nobody will buy, and let it be not sari, for any product, nobody will buy a product worth 1 lakh rupees or 50,000 without, seeing it, or maybe as an exception, because we all know about it, or a laptop is an exception, but sari is not an exception. It's not that standardized product, right? Not everybody is having the same product, so it's very difficult, and that is why you need to keep the bracket lower, 5,000, 10,000, or maybe below 5,000. Then you will see a lot of sales is happening, and margins are good in the business, so funding will not be a difficult problem. We'll be happy to support this, and we can talk one-on-one how we can convert this into a very successful startup.
Okay.
Right. Done, sir. Done. Any follow-up question you have?
Right now, I don't have.
So my name is Arun, and I'm from Bangalore. And after 12 to 13 years of my work, experience in the education industry, now I'm planning to start an edtech startup, which is into skilling, reskilling, upskilling, and maybe some of the things that unfortunately I cannot reveal the whole concept of it. But I would say my vision is to build an Amazon in the education space. So we have a lot of projects and a lot of plans, a lot of solutions, services that we plan to offer through this platform. A little bit of challenge because I'm a salesperson, because whatever designations that I've handled. So I basically consider myself as a salesperson, but I don't have a an idea about how the startup ecosystem works. And it's been almost a month that I've been working on the pitch deck and idea. I have also approached close to 6 angel investors, and fortunately, with my below average presentation, I could close 4 of them. So they are willing to invest, but the kind of equity that they are asking is too much. I mean, they're like, okay, Arun, I can give you 50 lakhs. I can give you 60, 70. But again, we are looking for 25% equity, 20% equity. How can I mitigate this challenge? And
first of all, most important, get the valuation done.
So I hope StartupLanes have support system.
That is most important. If you have the valuation, then your angel investor, yes, definitely, right? So your investors will get the fair idea of the company's value once you have the valuation in hand, right? Second, if you want presentation, get the pitch deck done, right? It has to be really good. StartupLanes does everything: pitch deck, valuation, financial projections, right? The moment you have financial projections, they will find out your CAC, LTV, they will find out, they can depict how much revenue and exit sheet. Investors can see how much will invest and how much they will make after 2 years or 3 years, right? So that makes their decision easy, and your job is to make their decision easy, right? Whether it is yes or no, but their decision should be easy. We provide them data points to decide whether to invest or not, right? So we have a bundle of service called pitch deck bundle. You can utilize that, and that also will be utilized when, in case in future you want to raise funds through StartupLanes, you can come and you don't have to get the documents again, because the same documents will be utilized in case there is no structural change in the company, or your value has not increased.
Okay, thank you so much, Shishir ji. Should I give, for the seed investors, should I be involving them in the early, should I be incorporating them in the company as directors, or safe notes will work?
Yeah, so first of all, they are not seed investors, they are called pre-seed. Just like in your farm, right? First, what you do, you prepare the farm. You should have a farm, right? And the seed stage comes later. Correct?
Correct,
So
correct.
seed stage is the later stage where you have funding from an institutional investor. This is pre-seed. No need to take them as directors. Okay. SAFE means simple agreement for future equity. You can utilize SAFE or iSafe, which was created by 100x.vc, right? They modified the SAFE agreement and they made it iSafe. That is also a very good agreement. It is available in public domain. Or go for direct equity. StartupLanes prefer giving direct equity there and then, right? So our model is incubation model, wherein we put you in front of the investors. We will incubate you. We will support you. All the incubation benefits will come, and StartupLanes will take 10% equity plus we will give you access to our investors, not just one time, every time, right? And we are idea to IPO. So our objective is to make sure that you hit the IPO in next 3 to 5 years.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Shishir. Pleasure connecting with you.
All right, pleasure. And I would have loved to answer all the questions on and on, but unfortunately the time is up. And please join the next time. Thank you so much for joining in. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.